At this police rehabilitation centre in Thailand's north, addicts are being weaned off the drug they are all hopelessly addicted to. It's the first centre in the country opened at a police station since a new government campaign began to wipe out the drug known as the crazy pill, yaba. Three of the 70 inmates are forced under the table for tonight's meal for sneaking in some alcohol. The addicts are alternately cajoled or humiliated in an effort to keep their minds off the drug. Yaba is a stronger and more addictive variant of amphetamine or speed, and it's been flooding into Thailand at an alarming rate in recent years. There are now 3 million users.
That means 5% of total population, but if you eliminate children and elderly, they don't use drugs. On the young adults, it can be much more than 5%.
In an effort to counter this national disaster, Thai Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra announced an all-out war on drugs that began on the 1st of February. At the time, no one imagined he meant it literally, a war with plenty of body bags and even collateral damage. Galia and her family were among the first victims of Thaksin's war. Her husband was shot dead on the very first day of the campaign, after rumours that he was involved in the drug trade. Her eldest son says his father was a ginger farmer and had nothing to do with drugs. They have no idea what to do or who to turn to. The police came to question them about the murder, but they've heard nothing more. That was day one. By the end of the month, well over 1,000 others had been shot dead. The frontline troops in Thaksin's war are the Thai police. Colonel Panarat Mipien is a senior commander under strict instructions to conduct an all-out assault on drugs in his patch. He oversees 6 stations in central Bangkok and is constantly on the move, checking on his subordinates.
This is a superintendent. See? He make arrests a lot.
Like police chiefs and government officials all around the country, he's been threatened with the sack if he doesn't meet government-imposed targets to win this war. Are you feeling the pressure from above?
Yes. His police station top 10 can success in suppress amphetamine. 116,000 killed.
แล้วก็สื่อมวลชนสาขาต่างๆมาแถลงที่โรงแรมมนเทียน
Superintendent Krai Lert also reports to Panarat.
วันนี้บังคับเลยว่าทุกชุมชนที่ออกไปเนี่ยจะต้องได้ชื่อผู้ติดยาในชุมชนเอามาให้เราแล้วจะใช้วิธีของรองผู้ชายในการที่ไปกดดันหลังจากได้ชื่อมาแล้วเนี่ยเข้าใจนะเดี๋ยวมีเรื่องประชุมขอบคุณมากหมดต้อง
Today, Krai Lert will lead one of 12 teams from his station out onto the streets. They work with two blacklists, one drawn up by the police and the other from the Interior Ministry. The lists contain the names of thousands of users and dealers. A fairly standard drug inquiry so far. But then Krai Lert ventures into the territory that sets this campaign apart.
จะได้ช่วยได้ไม่งั้นเราไปซื้อยาที่คลองเตยเดี๋ยวเขายิงตายแล้วผู้กำกับไม่รู้ด้วยนะเดี๋ยวโดนบัญชีก็ไม่รู้นะเข้าใจไหมเราเดี๋ยวนี้ยิงกันโง่ทั้งหมดไม่รู้ใครยิงใครนะเข้าใจนะเดี๋ยวจะมารับอีกทีนะไปเดี๋ยวไปดูบ้าน
With 1,500 names on the blacklist already executed, it sounds like, and is understood to be, a direct threat.
เราก็รู้ยามันไม่ดีนะแล้วตอนนี้เราเกิดเราออกไปซื้อข้างนอกเดี๋ยวไปโดนฆ่าตัดตอนข้างนอกอะไรเงี้ยมันก็ไม่ดีไปใหญ่เลยถูกป่ะเพราะมันยิงกันมั่วทั้งผัวทั้งเมียยิงหมดเห็นไหมเดี๋ยวนี้เห็นไหม
These women know very well that if they don't take his advice and change their ways, they could well be the subject of tomorrow's headline. The newspapers are full of stories about people just like them. Among the statistics, collateral damage so far includes a pregnant woman, a 75-year-old woman, and a 1-year-old child. The Prime Minister admits there has been collateral damage, but he's always claimed that the majority of the murders are committed by drug dealers trying to silence potential informers.
ธุรกิจที่มันเป็นธุรกิจที่มันสกปรกเนี่ยมันก็มีแต่คนสกปรกที่เข้าไปอยู่เพราะนั้นคนสกปรกมันชอบจะจบชีวิตด้วยวิธีสกปรกอยู่แล้วอันนี้มันธรรมชาติ
But at the daily editorial meeting at the Nation Group, Thailand's leading independent media organisation, no one believes this for a minute.
But nobody's buying that line because we believe that authorities, the police in particular, were involved in many of the killings. So if what the interim minister claims is true, that the killings were a result of double crossing or the killing among the drug dealers themselves, it means that drug dealers are in control of the country. But the public understanding now is that the higher the number of drug suspects killed, I mean, the better grading you get. So this is tantamount to giving authorities the license to kill.
Not many Thais are raising their voices in protest. Such is the climate of fear generated by the killings. Opposition Senator Kraisak Chuhawen is one of the few people here brave enough to make the link between the police crackdown and the rising death toll.
This morning I received very disturbing news that the police might be hiding some of the evidences and some of the extrajudicial killings are very nebulous.
Hiding some of the evidence of the killings or the
killings, of the actual due process, of investigation. There are many cases that people were caught with 2 or 3 pills and then arrested, and then rearrested, appear to be with more pills.
First, please, look like bullet hole.
Dr. Porntip Rojanasunan, a renowned forensic scientist based at the Justice Ministry, has examined many of the victims.
Because in many cases of die from shooting in the drug abuse. I saw the arrangement of the drug package in the shirt or in the trouser. I think it's not original.
A setup, you mean?
Yeah, set up. Yeah.
She says there's clear evidence crime scenes have been tampered with.
Because the piece of cloth or the position of the body will show that this was not the original position. Maybe from the drain of the blood stain and the bullets.
รุ่นเดียวกันนะแต่อันนั้นมันสีเขียวของเราสีม่วง
Colonel Panurat is aware of the evidence linking police to the killings, but brushes it aside, claiming self-defense.
Killing like this, nobody like. Even police doesn't like. But sometimes we can avoid this thing. But
Can't avoid.
yeah,
What do you mean?
you know, sometimes self-defense. Sometimes.
It's now openly suggested that government pressure on the police to make arrests and reach their blacklist targets is the reason that so many people are being killed.
The government wanted all the provinces in the country to meet certain criteria to show that they have been successful in combating drugs. So they are measuring the failure or the success of the campaign on statistics. I mean, the higher the numbers of people get killed for being drug addicts, the higher the number of people who come out openly to forswear drugs. I mean, the better rating you get. That means more killings, more drug arrests, and that means that a lot of innocent people will be victims of the campaign.
1 month into the campaign, the government conducts its first evaluation, and Chiang Rai province is one of 23 across the country that's not reached its blacklist target. It's a warning to acting police commander Atakit Gontong to lift his act.
การงานที่เราทำเนี่ยตามแนวทางของจังหวัดเชียงรายของที่เราทำอยู่เนี่ยเป็นแนวทางที่ถูกต้องนะครับแต่ถ้าที่อื่นมีอะไรดีเราก็จะเอามาเสริมแต่ถ้าเป็นในเรื่องของการที่จะเป็นในเรื่องของการวิสามันฆาตกรรมหรือการฆ่าตัดตอนเราพยายามหลีกเลี่ยง
But the pressure from Bangkok is intense, and he knows that he'll have to respond somehow.
เราก็ต้องปรับนะครับเราต้องปรับให้สอดคล้องกับข้อมูลของกระทรวงมหาดไทยที่กำหนดมา
The governor's job too is on the line. He calls a crisis meeting to work out how to improve the arrest strike rate and get Chiang Rai province off the list of non-performers. In the 24 hours after this meeting broke up, 6 people were shot dead, and by the time the next evaluation came up, Chiang Rai was off the list. Some Thais consider the campaign of killings good for the country. Amina is an anti-drug campaigner in Klong Toi, a Bangkok slum notorious for having more dealers than anywhere else in the capital.
ไอ้คนตายไปเนี่ยโอเคระยะนี้เนี่ยประมาณ500คนแต่คนประเทศไทยมีตั้ง60กว่าล้านคนเนี่ยแล้วก็ถ้าไอ้คนตายนี่มันไม่ชั่วเนี่ยมันมาทำร้ายไอ้คนที่60กว่าคนเนี่ยมันจะหนักขนาดตายไปเถอะดีแล้วตายน้อยไปด้วยซ้ำไปเนี่ย
Amina is typical of many Thais who support the Prime Minister's hardline policy, but she's taken it one step further and now works openly with the police as an informant.
มาหาลูกแฟนสิแล้วลูกก็อยู่ตีเล็กลำพ่อเขานั่นน่ะขายของอยู่นั่นติดยาลูกไปยิ้มอ่ะ
ครับ11ชุดนะฮะเชิญเลยฮะเชิญเลยครับ
Amina's knowledge of Klong Toi is so helpful that the police now feel they can crack open the drug network operating here.
เป็นพื้นที่พิเศษนะครับวันนี้อาจจะเป็นอีกวันหนึ่งที่เราจะมาปิดตำนานของเตยกันนะครับที่เคยบอกว่าเป็นที่ที่มีการเสพยามากขายยามากแบบนี้เนี่ยไม่มีสภาพเก่าหลงเหลืออยู่แล้วนะครับ
ก็ด้วยความร่วมมือของพี่น้องประชาชนในชุมชนคลองเตยเอง
She leads them on a raid, stage managed for the evening news.
The owner is not here.
And the owner is a dealer, is he?
Just small dealer in the community.
While the cameras were here, no drugs were found. But later on, the police apparently found a stash of yaba pills in a garbage bin in front of the house. If it's true that drug dealers are protecting themselves by killing potential informants, it's odd that Amina feels comfortable with such a high public profile as an informer. This first month of the war is aimed at eliminating demand, a fairly futile exercise given the number of users.
อันนี้จัดอยู่ในของประเภท C อ่ะไอ้คนตัวไหนนะอันนี้ประเภท C.
While yaba is very much a Thai problem, even foreign tourists are getting caught up in these swoops.
He arrived today on Qantas flight 2 from London and he leaves in 2 days' time. Hasn't taken anything. This must be incorrect. London.
You work? Are you work?
In London.
I'm a designer. I make
Designer too. Designer.
A similar scene is played out at another club. More urine is passed and more names recorded. It's hardly an exercise that will do anything to destroy the drug networks. At the end of the first phase of the campaign, it's impossible to tell whether demand has been reduced, although the 1,500 corpses have sent a chilling message to dealers and users alike.
ออกสีม่วงชีวิตเลยพี่ทำไมพี่พูดอย่างนี้ล่ะคะแล้วกินพวกยาอะไรบ้างมันถึงจะเป็นสีนี้
The second phase of the war is supposed to be about eliminating supply, but that task was never going to be easy.
You can't put in your pocket or on a truck 1 billion pills or 60 million pills per month and reaching 2 million consumers per day. It's such a huge operation that you need big infrastructure.
We know that the drugs to proliferate at this level, it must have some how we saw collaboration with unscrupulous or corrupt officials at one point or another on the transshipment of it.
Prime Minister Thaksin himself has admitted corruption is an obstacle. He's spoken of a third blacklist that no one has seen yet, which contains over 700 names. Powerful and well-connected members of the military, police and government who are either directly involved in the drug trade or protect those who are. But after 2 months, there is no sign that Thaksin will really take these people on. It's much easier to give a few addicts a hard time.
50 ครั้ง ไข่โอ้หน้าดู50 ครั้ง ปฏิบัติ
At the end of the first month, the killings dramatically declined. Perhaps 1,500 dead was considered enough to be a powerful deterrent. But if all Thaksin's war achieves is a pile of dead bodies and the country is still awash with yaba, then the whole thing will have been a dramatic and tragic waste of time.